What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. As we draw closer to the launch of Season of the Wish, many of you might still be figuring out what class and build to use when the season starts. If so, then I implore you to consider using the build that I'm about to present to you. This season's artifact is filled with solar-oriented mods that will make any solar build 10 times better in Season of the Wish. And to Warlocks, that means it will be a great season to break out those solar builds. There's a lot of exotics that will excel this season. The Sunbracers, Verity's Brow, Rain of Fire, even the Starfire. But it's the Dawn Chorus exotic helmet that will make for one hell of a tremendous build that will dominate during Season of the Wish. This exotic is already primed and conditioned to take on the bonuses that the new seasonal artifact will bring. Dawn Chorus provides the Rights of Ember intrinsic trait, which provides several benefits. Daybreak projectiles apply 90% additional damage, and considering Well of Radiance is getting nerfed, Dawnblade will make for a powerful substitute. Daybreak's projectiles and all other form of Scorch will apply 200% additional damage, which means Scorch from grenades, melees, and weapons will all get increased. Whenever targets are under the effects of Scorch, will gain 5% bonus melee energy with each tick of Scorch. The Dawn Chorus already gives Solar Warlocks a huge advantage at any level of content, and with the new mods this season, this build will be more powerful than it has ever been. So let's talk about the main artifact mods that are going to maximize this build's potential. We start with Flint Striker. Rapid final blows and precision hits grant solar weapons radiance, giving those weapons a 20% increase in damage. This doesn't completely take over the need to use Ember of Torches, but it will significantly help maintain radiance as long as we're in combat. And to synergize with that, we've got Kindling Trigger, which is going to cause all solar weapons to have Scorch added whenever we are radiant. This will make solar weapons that come with Incandescent even more powerful this season, and since Dawn Chorus is going to amplify the effects of Scorch, this is going to be a perfect mod. Rays of Precision continues to add to this synergy by causing solar precision final blows to create ignitions whenever we are radiant, and from the way it looks, we'll be able to be radiant all the time. By integrating some strand or stasis weapons like the Conditional Finality, Aegir Scepter, or Navigator, we can take advantage of the Torch mod. While Radiant will have increased damage against enemies who are under the effects of strand or stasis debuffs like Slow, Freeze, or Severed. We've also got Heart of the Flame. Casting our super grants all nearby allies radiance, and based on how many allies are nearby, we'll gain an increase to our super damage, which will work out perfectly with Dawnblade. There's also several rocket launcher oriented mods that will help out greatly when those weapons are included in your loadout, but otherwise, Solo Operative is available in the final column, providing you with a 15% bonus in total damage while you are in any activity solo. When it comes to our choices in our class tree, our primary focus is amplifying the effects of Scorch, and with our choices in Fragments and Aspects, we'll have rapid recharge of all of our abilities, including our super, and we'll have constant sources of health regeneration. We're using Heat Rises, which when active is going to grant between 20 and 50% melee energy whenever we defeat enemies while airborne. This doesn't have to be enemies that you defeat while floating up in the air. Just by hopping as an enemy ignites will constitute as being airborne, which means you wouldn't have to expose yourself as much when in challenging content. Because of Heat Rises, whenever we consume a grenade, we will gain ×2 cure, giving us a great way to have health on the go. We are using solar grenades right now just for the added Scorch damage, but healing grenades could be just as beneficial since they would provide ×3 cure, and it would be great for endgame content when you need that extra survivability. I prefer the mobility that Icarus Dash offers, especially in combination with Phoenix Dive, since it will create Scorch effects on targets when performed while Heat Rises is active. With that said, Touch of Flame offers tremendous benefits that will add bonus damage to any grenade choice. When it comes to our choice in melee, we are using Incinerator Snap because it's much more reliable on triggering ignitions. It is limited on distance though, so if you're trying to play from afar, you may want to use Celestial Fire instead. When it comes to our fragments, we're going with Ember of Torches, which is going to grant us and teammates radiance whenever we strike an enemy with our charged melee. Since we have Ember of Torches and artifact mods that are going to provide radiance, we should always have a 20% weapon damage bonus going. We're using Ember of Ashes, which applies twice the amount of Scorch and makes weapons like Tommy's Matchbook, Skyburner's Oath, and the Sunshot so much more beneficial to use when running Dawn Chorus. This also greatly improves the benefits of legendary weapons that include Incandescent. We're using Ember of Searing, which creates fire sprites that grant grenade energy. This also grants us melee energy whenever scorching targets, providing between 8 and 25% energy based on a combatant's tier level. And finally, we're using Ember of Char, which causes ignitions to spread Scorch to nearby targets, further spreading our already amplified Scorch damage and our melee regeneration. With this combination of subclass, artifact, and exotic, you'll be scorching and igniting everything, receiving constant damage bonuses, along with increased ability damage. And with our choice in armor and armor mods, you'll be adding to an already high level of regeneration. Both Ashes to Assets and Hands-On will be very beneficial to use on helmets. Both of these will help regain our super energy faster. With the use of a Harmonic Siphon mod, we can generate orbs, which will give us an armor charge, and it's also going to fuel some of our other armor mods. Unlike Heavy-Handed, Firepower, and Reaper, no changes were made to how often Siphon mods can create orbs. We've got Grenade Kickstart on our gloves, but Melee Kickstart would also work out just as well, and with either, armor charges will get consumed and converted into energy, allowing us to have these abilities more often. We're also using Heavy-Handed so that charged melee kills will grant us an Orb of Light once every 10 seconds. On our chest, we're mainly focused on resistance mods, but with the use of Charged Up, you can get extra armor charges, which could see you getting as much as 45% energy back when Grenade or Melee Kickstart is activated. On our boots, we're using Recuperation to get health back when collecting an orb, and we're also using Innervation, which grants an extra 10% grenade energy. By using Absolution, we'll gain a small amount of energy to each ability when collecting an orb. This provides 4% energy off of each orb. On our class item, we're using Bomber mods to get extra grenade energy when using our Rift or our Phoenix Dive. And we're using the Reaper mod to create orbs with weapon final blows after using our class ability. If you don't need the extra orbs though, Distribution would make for a great alternative since it provides a small amount of energy to all of your abilities when using your class ability near enemies. Whether you're taking on public events, lost sectors, dungeons, nightfalls, storyline, or raids, in Season 23, the Dawn Chorus is going to be a tremendously powerful build, and just might break into the threshold of becoming the new solar meta. But time will tell. For now though, that's going to wrap things up on this new Season 23 Solar Warlock build. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this build, the Dawn Chorus, the new seasonal artifact, and the new dungeon, the Warlord's Ruin. Let me know down below. And thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.